Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the, I can't believe I'm about ready to say this, but welcome to the 60th edition of the Princess Secrets Show. So if you missed that, I'm going to say it one more time. The 60th edition of the Princess Secret Show. And I am your hostess, Norma Bryant Howard, coming to you live tonight from the beautiful 2020 studios. And we are excited because we're changing our format around a little bit tonight. For the month of July, we're going to be having a Prince series, and we won't be on next week because of the holiday. But starting on July the 9th, we'll be back, and we're going to have another Prince. We've got a Prince that's sitting and waiting to meet you this evening. He's been sitting in the green room for a while, and I'm going to bring him on in about 2 minutes. But in honor of this show, I just thought that he would be a perfect person. He's on the road. He's been traveling. He lives in the state of Kentucky, but tonight he's in Texas. He's on the highway, and he's been on the road. So we'll bring him on in just a minute. But before I bring him on, could you do me a big favor? I would like for you to tag at least five of your favorite friends and ask them to please join us this evening. And if you haven't already done so, will you please join my YouTube channel? And don't forget to push that like button. Make me a few comments and share, and that'll help me with my algorithms. And one day I'll tell you all about that. YouTube knows all about it. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to our handsome Prince this evening. And as I said, he hails from the state of Kentucky. And here in Kentucky, we call that the bluegrass state. So he comes in from Kentucky, but I'm just going to let him tell all about himself. So hello, Darren. Are you there?
Hello, Miss Howard. Great to see you, and I'm honored, and blessed to be on your platform. So
Okay,
I'll
well, it's good.
okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, okay. Can you hear me? I hear you a
I can hear
little
you.
bit. You can hear
Okay.
me real well.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me better?
I think I can hear you better now.
Okay. All right. I'll
Yeah,
hold the
I
phone a
think
little
I
bit
can.
closer. Okay.
Okay, all right. Okay, very good. Okay, so are you doing well this
I'm doing
evening?
great. I'm on vacation. I'm in Arlington, Texas. Okay, it's a city right in between Dallas and Fort Worth. Okay, so I'm in Arlington, Texas, just hanging out with family and friends.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, now we have a big audience. Every week we have a big audience. And I would like for you to just introduce yourself to them. We do know that your name is Darin Cain, but I don't know if they know anything else about you. So would you like to introduce yourself to the audience this evening?
Sure, sure, sure. My name is Darin Cain. I'm a resident of Louisville, Kentucky, born and raised. I'm in education. I've been in education for 23 years. At the present time, I'm an assistant principal on the elementary level. But previous to that, I did behavior coaching. I did high school. I taught high school history. I coached girls basketball. So pretty much all of my adult life, I've been involved in education. I have a daughter who is 22 years old. She's a
Hmm.
student at Kentucky State University, which is my alma mater, and Miss Howard's alma mater, Kentucky State
Right,
University. Go Thoroughbreds, HBCU.
right.
So, I'm like I said, I'm from Louisville. I'm the son of Arthel and Linda Cain. I have one brother, a small immediate family. And like I said, I enjoy good food. I'm a bourbon enthusiast. I enjoy sports, particularly basketball and football. I like to work out, keep myself in shape, and I like to read about history and culture. Like I don't read novels and things like that, but I like to read like encyclopedias and books about African history and the Middle East and things like that and culture. So that's a little bit about me.
Oh, that he said a lot, didn't he? He really did say a lot, and I am very, very impressed with him and what all the big accomplishments that he's made. So, how long have you been an assistant principal?
I've been an assistant principal going on 3 years. Okay, kind
Going
of
on
between
three
two and a half and
years.
3 years. I got
Okay,
hired in April of
all
I want
right.
to say 2019. So yeah, so kind of like 2.5 years.
Okay, all right. Well, that sounds great. That sounds really great. Well, I'm going to tell you the format, Darren. What we're going to do with you've given us the kickoff with all these princes that we're going to have on this month. But we'll start off with an easy break the ice type question, because, like Steve Harvey says, we just surveyed 100 women and they want to know. So we just surveyed, and this is going to be a crazy question. Would you be bold enough to tell a lady that you are out on a date with that she has a piece of spinach stuck, or green bean or corn or whatever stuck in her teeth, because 100 women, they want to know?
Okay. Well, I've actually been in situations like that, and I believe in being transparent. You got both sides of the fence. I mean, you don't want to, hurt people's feelings, but at the same time, you don't want them to embarrass themselves. So I think about, what would I want somebody to do for me? If I have a piece of corn in my mouth, let me know. So for
Yes.
me, I would, in a very couth manner, in a very classy manner, I would let her know, like, hey, you might want to check your mirror. Okay, so
Check
I
your
would I
mail.
would definitely let her know
Oh,
without
oh,
humiliating her.
Oh, now see, now, ladies, that is exactly what we want to hear from a gentleman, a man that would let us know if we had something that just wasn't working quite well with us this evening, or anytime. I said this evening, but out on a date, we would want to know. We really would. Now, he just told us that he was a history major at Kentucky State University, and which means he likes reading historical books. He's not really into a lot of novels. So I'm going to ask him this question. If you could have a vacation with a historical woman, someone who's not living, who would that person be? And tell us why you chose this particular woman from history. It could be 50 years ago, 100 years ago, or just whatever. Why did you pick this person? Which historical
Ooh,
woman would it be?
sheesh. Okay, that's a heck of a question there.
You could even go back to biblical times. I don't care.
Right, but I would, if let's see,
He's
I would like
thinking.
to go out on a date with, I would say, man, that's a heck of a question. So many
That, that,
different. Let's see. I'm thinking, okay, I'm thinking maybe somebody like a Zora Neale Hurston from the Harlem Renaissance. Okay,
okay.
yeah. So so it's not like necessarily her, like, as far as, like, physical attraction. It's just about, I just want to pick her mind, and, like, and just learn about that time period. Be around her creativity. Uh, and I can kind of tell her how things are now. I mean, I think that would be a great and cool day to be out with a woman of the likes of Zora Neale Hurston, and just really learn about things, and she could open my eyes to new experiences, and vice versa.
Oh, wow, wow. There are a lot of historical. I don't know. I thought he was going to say something like Nefertiti or something, because she used berries for her eyeshadows, and berries and roots and things like that for her
But
lipstick.
there's more than just looks. I mean, I'm not, completely, looks are important, but when I thought of that question, I thought more about the whole experience, as
The, the
opposed to
whole
just
the whole
looks,
the whole
because we don't really
total
know much
woman.
about Nefertiti's personality. So
Oh, wow.
Zora Neale Hurston, I think we know a little bit more about her life and her personality. So I think that we would be a better match.
Wow. See, ladies, he's deep. He's deep, but he's transparent. And Pamela R. Garrison from Modesto, California says transparency is good. And yes,
Right.
it is. It is very good. Okay, let's go on to this next question. Would you mind telling our incredible audience about the best or the worst, you can choose, date that you've ever been on? What was this lady, you thought maybe she was going to be a little bit more delicate flower, and she turned out to be just a little bit just too much masculine energy or something.
Hmm.
Or it could be the best day. So what was the, can you mind, don't go too deep, but
Yeah, I
just tell
got you.
us
I
a little
got you.
bit about you.
All
Okay,
right.
all
Well,
right.
I'll start off with a bad experience was, and just to keep it kind of simple, would be a particular woman. She was she was kind of disrespectful to men in general. Like she said that men aren't worth anything and fathers don't mean anything. And I just kind of disagree. Like, I kind of disagree. And she just kind of went in, and it just really killed the mood. It's kind of it made me pretty much want to say, yeah, I think we both agree that it's time for me to take you home.
Right.
On the positive end, I would say I would say the one of the best dates that I can really think of. It's not even about anywhere super duper fancy. It's about the connection. Me and a particular woman, I had always was attracted to this woman, but I wasn't necessarily on her radar. I finally got on her radar, and we agreed to go bowling. So we just went to the bowling alley in Louisville, the one that's right there by the fairgrounds. Went to the bowling alley. I'm not even into bowling. I really, I can go without bowling. You know what I'm saying, for years. But we went bowling. She what was real fun was that we were drinking. We were having some drinks. We liked whiskey. We both liked whiskey. At the time, she liked her favorite drink was Crown and Coke. So we were just buying Crowns and Cokes. And she pulled out a wad of money and started feeding the jukebox at the bowling alley and putting the songs that she likes. So she got to dancing, and I'm dancing. So not only are we bowling, but we kind of two-stepping together. I mean, and that was like really one of the best days. It was simple but super fun.
Okay, that's right. And just having fun. Just
Right.
having fun, and not being, you know, too serious, not agreeing with everything that you say do, but come up with something that's
Hmm.
different, like playing the
Right.
jukebox. Some ladies would be just a little bit, intimidated. Oh, I'm not going to
Right.
do that. I don't want him to see me out here at the bowling alley, doing the two-step. But
Right.
I think that's great. And just to have someone that's just loose and they just know how to have a good time. Okay, now here goes another one because I've got to hurry up because I want the audience to start asking you questions. So we have some ladies out there in the audience. Be thinking of some questions that you are going to that you would like to ask Darren. Okay, we're all about romance here on the Princess Secret, and my audience wants to know. What's the most unusual? Has anybody ever, any woman your entire life, ever gone out of her way to do something unusual? And we're going to use the word fairy tale date. Maybe she created a fairy tale date, and when you maybe went to her house, went to her apartment, you were just in awe. I can't believe she did all of this. It's almost not real. It's just awesome. It's incredible. So what have you ever had that experience, like well, I'm going to call it a fairy tale date?
Right. Well, like I said, once again, it's simplicity. I would say that this woman invited me to her house. She had cooked, and she cooks fantastically. And she pulled out a the her bucket with pedicure and manicure materials, and gave me
You
the
think
best.
pedicure, manicure?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The bucket, the bowl with the water jet in it. Makes the water go like that and stuff like that. So she took my shoes off, put my feet in the water, and gave me did my feet and everything. And I mean, did it just as well as anybody else. And that was a great date where I really felt catered to.
I hope the ladies out in the audience, I hope they're taking notes. I really hope that they're taking notes because, that was very, very, I call that sensuous. That was,
Yes.
especially if she gave you that foot massage that came along with it. I
Right.
think that was very, very sensuous. I really, really do like that. Okay, so when you're with a woman, like you were saying, you didn't particularly like being on a date with a woman who was just all about being serious and putting men down and all that kind of stuff. What else would annoy you about a woman? I know that putting down and, trying to put all men in the same category, which women in their hearts, they know that they all don't fit in the same boat. So is there something else that annoys you about a woman? And have you ever been on with a date? This is gonna be a twofold question. Have you ever been on a date with a woman that just made you just spend the whole night just cracking up and laughing, and when you left, you said I sure did have a good time with her. So let's
Right.
start with the annoying one first.
The
Oh,
annoying
excuse
one.
me.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. The not so good day would include a woman without a sense of humor, who's stiff, uptight, don't know how to laugh. Don't know how to laugh at others and herself, because I think it's important. I mean, I laugh at myself, more than anything. A woman who, is, kind of lacks class and kind of ignorant. I mean, we're all ignorant about certain things, but somebody who takes pride in being ignorant. Uh, and somebody who's just not friendly, who's not not a good conversationalist. That's those are things that are and being rude, and being rude covers a lot of things. From on your phone too much, or just being rude to our server, for no reason, just real kind of tacky, like my mother used to say, tacky and uncouth things. On the positive side, yes, I've been on a date with a woman where she cracked jokes, and I mean she cracked on me a little bit, and allowed me to crack back, and we just laughed, and just laughed at each other, playing games, being competitive, and just using our own kind of dry humor. I mean, so yeah, I've been on that type of date. Yes.
Wow, wow. Take notes, ladies. Take notes. Okay, so here goes another question. When was I think you may have heard this question before, but here we go. When was the last time you were out somewhere and you saw a gorgeous lady who tapped you on your shoulder and asked you to dance? I think we may have lost him. He got a phone call. Okay. Did you hear that question?
Yeah. All right. Sorry about the. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
phone was ringing in the background. Okay.
Okay.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
Okay, here we go. When was the last time you were out somewhere, saw a gorgeous woman, uh, tapped her on the shoulder and asked her to dance, just to merely dance? Guys did do that back at Kentucky State and all these other colleges and places that we went in their younger days. But
Hmm.
now that you are a mature gentleman, has that ever happened to you in the past
Yeah.
10, 15 years?
Oh yeah. Well, definitely. I understand that things have changed, and you don't have as much of that now. I mean, with the generation that's probably like under 30, they just kind of stand in their own groups and just kind of bop. I mean, they don't really dance with each other. But yeah, definitely. If I'm somewhere, I will approach a woman and ask her to dance. And I would say that the last time of doing that, I could either say it was at K-State's homecoming, at a dance slash party
Right.
at K-State's homecoming, or at one of my own house parties. Okay,
Yes.
a couple years ago, I did a couple of house parties where the theme was old school, slow jams, and and I made sure that the guys and the gals, we interacted and danced with each other. I made sure that my
Right.
fellas knew that
It
their
it
job was to
makes
go and
sense.
dance. Like whether it was a slow song or whether it was a regular song, we danced with each other. So I would.
So, and you actually have house parties. People still do that. I know they did that back
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
in
like
the
I said,
day.
it was pre-COVID, so I mean, things, we're, as we are coming out of the pandemic, we're figuring things out. But previously, yeah, before then, I just wanted to imitate what my parents, and my parents' friends, did. I mean, families like the Canes, the Reeds, the Howards, the Colemans, just seeing them get together and have old fashioned, basement parties. The kids had to go upstairs, while the grown ups were downstairs. So I just wanted to emulate that whole vibe. So that's what I did, and
Oh,
hopefully
wow.
I'll be able to do that again in the near
I
future.
think that's great. We need more of that. We really do. Especially like you say, just coming out of the pandemic. We
Right.
need to just go back to some things that we used to do. Well, now the time has come for us to take some really good questions from some people who are in the audience. And I'm not going to be able to answer everybody in the audience, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best because we have a girl. She's not letting herself be known because I got some people up there. I've only, let's see, I don't know how many it is, 14, 15 people. But Jessica from Louisville, Kentucky, she wanted to know what expectations do you have on a date? I'm going to take that one first, then we're going to go on into our audience. So, or do you have any expectations when you go on a date?
On a date, I don't really have many expectations. It's just a matter of I expect you to be open and transparent, and I'll be open and transparent myself. And I let the night go where it takes us.
Yes, right. Right. And I like that. Pamela R. Garrison from Modesto, California, she said transparency is good. She's coming in. Transparency is good because a lot of people just, want to hide behind a shield or
Right.
pretend to be someone else. And I know you don't like those kind of people who are just pretentious people, but just
Right.
kind of hiding behind a shield. Okay, so and I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. We're going to have some participants from the audience to write their question in the chat. So write a question in the chat. And also, Darren says he also wants to know, well, where you're from. Are you from Pennsylvania? Are
Okay.
you from Texas? Just exactly where are
Yeah,
you
I'm
from?
listening. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay, so just ask him that question. My assistant is going to put your name. Now, make sure you have your first name in there. Put your first name in the box, and at the end, let me show you what I got. At the end of our show, I've got some prizes. First one is a glass water bottle. It has a little sleeve around it, a little hook for you can hook it onto your bike or swinging your arm. I have a copy of my book, Prince Charming, or Are You? So we have two drawings at the very end of the show, but you got to ask the question. Ask Darren the question and make sure you have your first name in the chat and let us know where you're from. So, if anyone has a question for him, would you do that for us right now? If not, we're just going to keep on, and because I can just come up with some questions. All right. Okay. All right. Well, while we're waiting on that, we do have someone from Phoenix. I think her name is Shannon, and she wants to know about attractiveness. What do you find attractive in a woman? And you may have
Okay.
already
Well,
answered that. What do you
all
find
right.
attractive in a
What I
woman?
find attractive in a woman, women come in all different shapes, sizes, colors. So I mean, there's no one description. Tall, short, thin, thick. I do like my women of color. That's just my preference. Not to say that I can't appreciate other, but I do like my women melanated. Um, as far as the physical attributes, and then you have personality. I value intelligence, and intelligence doesn't have to be books. Like you don't have to have college degrees and things, but just innate intelligence, personality, humor, knowledge, and knowledge to know what you know and what you don't know. Um, you know, uh, Wearing what's appropriate. Knowing how to dress. Not like what you put on accentuates who you are. It doesn't take away from who you are. And that's what I find attractive.
Yeah. Oh, I find that. And I find that very interesting. He likes a woman who knows how to dress. He likes a woman who knows how to dress, and he does know that some of them will just put anything on for attention. And
Right.
I would assume that these would be the type of women that he would not find attractive. Okay, we got another question. Here is one from Tara. She lives up in up in New York, and she wants to know, are you a Kappa?
Yes, I'm a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, initiated spring 1997 in the Alpha Upsilon chapter at Kentucky State University. So, yes, I'm a member of the greatest fraternity known to man.
Okay, all right. So, so he is. And what are those colors? I can't remember what those
Crimson and
colors.
Cream.
Crimson. Oh,
Crimson and Cream, the women's dream.
crimson
Now we
and
just have
cream.
fun with that type of stuff. I mean, all organizations are positive and are working for the upliftment of people, in particular the Black community. But yeah, so like I said, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated is
Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Okay, so do you? I know you said that you are in Texas right now. Do you travel a lot? And where's the furthest place you've ever been?
okay. I travel quite a bit. I mean, not as much as I would like, and not to where I would like yet, But I do like to travel. And um, the furthest I've been has been on cruise. I've been on a cruise, where we, cruise the Caribbean. So you could say
Okay.
that the furthest I've been was Cozumel, Mexico. But I do hope to visit, Africa, Asia, and Europe, in the near future.
Yeah,
I
especially
do have my passport.
okay, all right, because I do think that all of us need to go and invest in getting a passport about now. All of us need to do that. So, there's a big old wide world out there, and I understand that the cruise lines are going to be opening up real soon.
Right.
So, is there someplace else you like to go on a cruise? Because I've never been on one, but I understand from my friends that they're really unbelievable.
Yeah, yeah, cruises are awesome. I'll go anywhere on the cruise. I mean, the cruise ship itself. I was on the. I want to say I was on the Royal Caribbean, one of the large Royal Caribbean boats, and it was like the cruise itself was awesome. Let alone the islands that we stopped at or whatever. But I feel that I'm ready to actually get more of an authentic experience. Like I would love to visit a a Brazil. I would love to visit a country in West Africa and really get an authentic experience, be around locals as opposed to being around tourists. I mean, that's really, I think I'm ready for that type of experience.
Oh yes, 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 absolutely. Just to, go back into the history, find out a lot. Since you are a history buff, and just finding out a lot about your history by going to places in Africa and stuff like that. So I think that sounds really, really great. That sounds really great. Are there any? Because we came on just a little bit earlier tonight. I don't know if some people in the audience are saying what's going on. But we came on just a little bit earlier because, I didn't want to hold Darren up because he's actually with friends and family members. And are you at a restaurant right now?
No, I'm at
Yeah.
my cousin's house right now.
He's at his cousin's house, but
Yeah,
they're getting
Johnny
ready.
Peoples Jr.
Okay, so he's getting ready to do some serious, fraternizing
Fellowship. We
with the
about to do some
family.
serious fellowship.
Yes, he's getting ready to do some serious fraternizing with the family. And I just want to just thank Darren for coming on. He's a wonderful young man, and he lives here in town with me. And I've known him since, as the lady said the other week I had on, she said, Miss Norman knew me before I was born. So I'm going to say that about Darren. I knew Darren before he was born. Am I right, Darren?
Right.
Wait a minute. I think we may have one quick question coming in from Wanda Wills from Surf City, North Carolina. Do you like women he said, do you like women who are well traveled? She says,
Yes, I
she's very
love, like I
well
said, I
traveled.
love to travel, and I love to, I love, women who are well traveled. But I mean, but everybody hasn't been blessed with that opportunity, so that's not a knock if you're not. I mean, we can
Yeah,
travel together.
that's a blessing. Yeah, absolutely. That is a blessing. Well, are there any concluding words that you would like to say as my prince and I have this book here, and I'm even talking about the princess. Are there any words that you would like to say, concluding our little discussion that we've had this evening? Because I'm going to let you go so you can get back to what you're going to be doing with your family. So, you have any concluding words
Okay.
for our viewers this evening?
Well, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? I think I said earlier to one of my family members, we want to let each other smell the roses right now. Don't wait till we're gone. Life is short. Love each other every day. Don't overlook the opportunity to tell somebody that you love them. Check up on somebody. If you got beef with somebody, make up because it's probably petty. Coffee break time. So yeah. So I gotta go. Hey, I appreciate you, Norma, for having me on. And like I said, much blessings.
Well, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm going to ask the viewers to stay on for 1 minute. I'm going to tell you goodbye. Be safe, and I'll hopefully see you when you get back to into Kentucky. So take care. Have a great time, Darren.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right, bye-bye. Thank you so much. All right, thank you. So that was Darin Cain, Darin A. Cain from Louisville, Kentucky, and he was the first gentleman that I invited to be on my show to be part of the Prince series that we're going to do for the entire month of July. And he answered so many questions. He's on the road, he's with his family, and they're getting ready to go out to a big restaurant, but he was kind enough to work me into his busy schedule. So I won't be on next week because it is the holiday weekend. We won't be on, but we'll be back on the 9th, and you're going to be able to see who this second gentleman is that I'm going to have as part of our Prince series. And I thank Darren from the bottom of my heart. He is so smart, and he's just an intellect. As he told you, that he's assistant principal at an elementary school, and he did a fabulous job. So I thank him, and I thank, let's see, comment here. Great job, Darren. Congratulations, Dee. And everybody thinks he did a great job. So what I'd like for you to do for me is to remember that we come back on the 9th, and we come on at 7 o'clock p.m. That's Eastern. Central, it's 6, and I think all the way out by the ocean Pacific is 4. Did I miss one? Mountain. Mountain time is 5 o'clock. So hopefully and prayerfully we'll see you next week. And remember, we're still going to be taking care of ourselves during this time of whatever's going on in this world. We're taking care of ourselves. Continue to say a prayer for the whole wide world. And I'd like to say to you, thank you and good evening. Bye-bye.